Hello and welcome everyone to this new video. I'm Valerio and this is CrazyNet. Today I want to show you the new version of PNETLab, which has been super updated, and I'll make a series of videos on every feature because it really has so many. But today I want to show you something that is absolutely fantastic. So first thing, this is the lab, which is a very simple lab. There's a Palo Alto firewall with its interface. Then we have a jump VM, which we'll see what it's for, a switch, PortGuard, the software I developed, the NSC, a Windows computer, a Linux computer, and an access point. Many in the PNET group wonder how to install the access point, and I'll leave the link in the description. If instead you want to do everything simply and especially automatically, I've developed this application here that I'll show you how it works and how I set it all up. First thing, I use this dongle, which is a very normal TP-Link USB Wi-Fi dongle, which I'm going to insert into the Wi-Fi dongle. Then, over on VMware, down here on the right, I activate the USB device. Once it's activated, we've done everything we need to do. At this point, when we start the application, here we enter the PNET server, the username, the password, so root PNET, and the IP of the access point, which is here on the bottom left. We do test connect also on the AP, and it will say connected. Now, if you haven't installed the appliance, so the AP, you can click here, download and install. Simply, it does everything on its own. You just have to wait. Then we go to USB and node. Here you do detect USB and your USB card will appear. Then Discover Lab and node and Wi-Fi AP will appear. At this point, then Wi-Fi. Here we have wireless mode, single or multi SSID, trunk or access, the country, the channel. You can leave all of this as default. At this point, when everything is done, press install. It starts, it does 9 checks, it does 10 checks. If everything goes well, we will definitely see it on our access point. At this point, we just have to see if the Wi-Fi works. Okay, this is my phone. If I go to look at what kind of network I have, so as you can see, I have, okay, my home connection, then CrazyNet guest and CrazyNet Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, I can't connect right now because if I do, I'll lose the connection immediately. I can assure you it works. Now, I'm going to explain this lab I've set up because it's very interesting and especially useful to see how much the new version of PNET has improved in terms of performance. Also, the CPU level you see down here on the right is very low, considering that many appliances are running and they're all quite heavy. So we have our Palo Alto firewall, which, as you can see, is working partly because there are computers connected to it. I wanted to build this lab to test the power, how much the new PNET actually supports high device traffic, like in this case here, and of course its functionality. So here I have 2 computers, Windows and Linux. Windows has joined Entra ID, while Linux hasn't. It hasn't joined Entra ID. Plus, the switch is configured with 802.1x for both Windows and Linux. And I'll show you PortGuard in the meantime, which is right here, because the jump VM is needed to access PortGuard, which is located here. Sorry, it's exactly here. Let me go ahead and show you exactly how PortGuard behaves when I log in. For instance, let's say I'm logging in from Windows, just as an example. So if I log in from a Windows machine, you can see right here, there we go, this is what happens. As you can see, PortGuard responds in this particular way whenever I access it from Windows. Let's enter our password. Once logged in, PortGuard checks that according to the policies I gave it, it checks that it's part of the crazynet.io domain, that it respects the certificate, because otherwise we wouldn't have the network. And once it's checked these things, everything should work. Now, it will ask us for this Windows hello, but it will give us an error. As you see here, network inside VLAN 10, which is the behavior I expect because I set VLAN 10 for internal computers. Skip for now. And here is our computer authenticated, moreover, with 802.1x. Linux instead, which is not part of the CrazyNet.io domain, will behave in a different way because I gave it a very specific policy, which is all computers that are not part of the CrazyNet.io domain, put them in VLAN 20, which is the Wi-Fi. So as you see, it's already in VLAN 20 because Linux, well, not having the Entra join doesn't check the user, but only checks the machine. And so I'm in. And that's about it. In the description, as I mentioned, let me show you, here's Linux. In the description, you'll find both the link for PortGuard, which is portguardnac.com, and for the Wi-Fi. Plus a little gift for the users of PNETLab, which is I've created this little application. When we want to, for example, upload a new image, we have to use WinSCP, find the folder, the template, and so on. And while it's true that it's a frequent operation, it still takes up quite a bit of time. So I created this little application where you basically enter the IP address of the NetVM machine, root and password, test the connection, and it'll tell you it's checked everything. Then on build image here, you'll instead upload the ISO you want. In this case, let's say Ubuntu, the image. The directory path is this one, the standard one. Here you'll need to enter the folder template. There are some examples here, for instance, Linux Ubuntu 24.04. The disk type, and I recommend the first one. How big the disk should be, the CPUs, the RAM, the NIC cards, and what type of console you require. Once you've chosen everything, click Create a Remote Image. You see here that it'll work, it'll do something, so it's converting it into the format required by PNET, and that's it. If you want to subscribe to the channel, here you'll find both the Italian and English channels. You can subscribe with one click, which would be much appreciated. Here are several of my tests. As you can see down here on the right, there's user PC, which is Linux, while here is Valerio at CrazyNet.io, which is the domain computer. Of course, we also have the console, the dashboard for the SoC and NOC with the online endpoints. Here it pulls them from the database, though obviously the net computers aren't part of the official MAC address database, so it's unknown, but it assigns it to the computers with the various users and who's logged in. After that, we have the settings for Radius and the creation of the various certificates. Here we also have integration with almost all services, LDAP, LDAPS, and of course Entra. This is very, very simple. The section instead, a more interesting one here, is vulnerabilities. It automatically searches through various sources for recent and/or documented exploits and lists them here. If there are any updates, it applies them automatically. Then, of course, we can't miss the updates section. Here we have Ubuntu updates and application updates for PortGuard, which are released periodically if bugs are found or if users suggest integrations we find interesting. The captive portal, specifically for vouchers, so for guests. We have the logs section where just one click shows you the details. So if there's an error, for example, this one, a warning, which isn't related to Radius, but anyway, here it says vulnerability check and warns us about this error, that it's currently unavailable. This type of source can't be reached. A diagnostic section and so on and so forth. You can download it for free for 30 days. Then if there's any problem, of course, you can contact support and we'll give you a hand right away. That's all for now. I'll remind you that all the links are in the description, both for the manual Wi-Fi installation, the application for the automatic installation, and PortGuard NAC, if you find it interesting. For an evaluation, you can download it for 30 days. If you find bugs or anything else, you can write to me. And of course, I'll try to solve the problem as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks and bye.